The story of India-Japan deal-making used to be factories. Now it's fintech, cloud engineering, and investment banks. Japanese companies are now acquiring Indian tech, financial services, and digital businesses in order to gain specialized capabilities in high-growth sectors. Buying capability rather than building it. That's a fundamentally different kind of a transaction with a fundamentally different negotiation character, because here the value being acquired sits in people, code, and client relationships rather than land, plant, and machinery. Now, this shift is not happening in isolation. It sits inside a deliberately built policy architecture between the two governments to strengthening cooperation in strategic sectors such as semiconductors, artificial intelligence, digital infrastructure, and economic security. As case studies, we may also take note of the two recent acquisitions that crystallize this shift. NTT Data's acquisition of Media Solutions and Mizuho Securities' acquisition of Avendus Capital. Summarily and accordingly, the four pillars, namely the strategic partnership, the digital partnership, the production-linked incentive scheme, and the Digital Personal Data Protection Act, together explain why the deal mix has moved from factories towards tech and financial services. Now, with respect to the negotiation principles, I've divided the same into four broad buckets. The first is how Japanese buyers approach risk. Japanese acquirers remain conservative on risk allocation, but the focus of that conservatism has shifted. It used to center on general commercial and financial risk, but now it's concentrated on intellectual property, technology, talent, and regulatory compliance, the areas where value actually sits in a modern acquisition target. The second is liability allocation in transaction documents. The outcomes typically balance protection against fundamental risks with commercially acceptable limits on operational matters. That is to say, the fundamental warranties often retain stronger protection, while business representations see more disclosure-based flexibility and capping. The third point would be leadership continuity as a central asset. The founder and management continuity is often the key asset in technology-led acquisitions. Evidently, the warranties and indemnities cannot compensate for losing key personnel post the closing. And no contractual protection replaces the institutional knowledge, client relationships, and technical capacity that walk out the door with departing talent. And the last one would be integration and governance planning. Integration and governance planning should begin at signing, not after the closing. Waiting until the deal has completed to think how business will actually be run and governed leaves little room to negotiate the protections that matter most. As tech-led acquisitions grow as a proportion of the overall deal activity, negotiation strategy, how well continuity, governance, and intellectual property are built into a deal from day one will increasingly determine whether the value identified during the DD due diligence is actually realized after the closing or quietly erodes over the subsequent years. By way of an epilogue, therefore, it would not be amiss to say that the Japanese-India deal-making story has moved from can we enter this market to can we keep what we bought. Thank you very much.